everyone. I'm just out for a walk. I actually haven't been for a walk in our area probably all summer. I've been super busy. My last video was Mom and I golfing, and I've been doing a ton of golfing this year. So that's, I guess, part of my exercise. But I normally go with JDB every day. And yeah, it's been good. It's been fun learning something new. It's been frustrating, but really good. So today I just thought I would take you guys along on my walk and kind of talk to you and update you. And turkey vultures. So basically, the summer flew by, which I knew it would. I don't know if I've actually mentioned this in the video, but a woman that I went to high school with, actually moved to the end of JDB's road. They got talking and connected that we knew each other, like me and her, and she needed some help over the summer doing a popcorn stand at like fairs and festivals and stuff like that. And it was just supposed to be like a fun little summer gig. And yeah, so I've been doing that all summer. I didn't really do it in July. I think I did one weekend in July, but I did it in June and now pretty much all of August. And so that has taken up a lot of my summer weekends. So I knew this summer was just going to like fly by and feel like it was gone in a blink of an eye. So I've been doing that, which has been fun. And Damien did a couple summer day camps at the beginning of summer. So I think he did one full week from 9 till 4. And then he skipped a week, and then he did a full week of 9 to 4 again. And then he did a summer swimming lessons. So he's been busy as well, trying to keep him busy with friends and stuff like that. Yeah, you can tell I haven't done this walk in a while. Yeah, anyway, so trying to keep him busy is hard because he is technically an only child now. So it's been difficult, but him and I basically spend the mornings and days together. Kyle will get home after work, and then I will go golfing with JDB and spend the evening with JDB. So I'm getting pretty much 50-50 time with Damien now, maybe a little less because of work, but it feels good to, kind of have some sort of balance in knowing that I'm spending time with Damien, but also he's spending time with his dad, like quality time. So yeah, that's been that. And I just started recently, I guess a couple weeks ago, looking for some part-time work. So I've been applying to some jobs, and my first one that I applied to was the one I kind of really wanted. It was just 5 minutes down the road. It was a veterinary clinic. They were looking for a secretary, and I just thought, hey, why not? I saw the listing, and I kind of got my mind moving, knowing that fall is coming and Damien's going back to school. So I applied for that and didn't hear anything. It was kind of a little discouraging, but I knew I don't have any experience on paper for pretty much anything. So anyways, I moved on to applying for Mark's Work Warehouse. It's a Canadian business under Canadian Tire. It's basically a workwear company for, men's overalls and workwear and work boots, and then also like on the woman's side and men's nursing and stuff like that, and camping type gear and whatever. So I applied to them. I did get an interview, and she did end up hiring me. I could tell within the interview that she really enjoyed our time talking. However, when I went for the interview, they told me that it was only going to be 10 to 20 hours, I guess, per pay period. And it was north of where I am and where I go pretty much any of the time. So it seemed very inconvenient, out of my way. Driving my truck there didn't seem like it made sense, but it was going to be like a super easy job, just being like cashier and putting stock away. And I just was kind of looking for something that is just like not hard on my body. And so anyways, I did get hired technically, and I had to let her know that I decided otherwise, and that I really appreciated the offer, but that I would be basically exploring other options. And then I applied to a bunch of other things. So I started applying more to like more responsibility jobs. So I applied to Shoppers Drug Mart for a cosmetics manager. I applied to a construction company for a yard manager. I'm trying to think of what else. Winners, just a store associate, but that was super far away because I just don't know where my path is going in regards to working. I feel like I can do anything and everything, but basically, like, I don't have the experience on paper, which is frustrating. So yeah, I just kind of like kept applying to places, and I wasn't really, too excited about certain things. But, I was thinking, okay, if I get like a part-time something, it's something to bring in some sort of money. And so eventually I applied to a barista job at a brewery company where they do have like a restaurant and a cafe and sell chocolates and things like that. And I just had an interview yesterday with them because it said serving hot beverages but needed a smart serve, which I also have. And I just completed today, actually, my food handler's certificate so that I can do the popcorn stand by myself this weekend, because you need to have that in order to run a foods facility. So I went for my job interview at the brewery, and it was a really quick interview. She basically said, like, she's supposed to ask some questions, what are your strengths and weaknesses? And she's just basically like, I go off vibes, She asked me if I was looking for full-time or part-time, and I said right now I'd really like part-time, and then as Damien gets older, I'd like to continue on to maybe full-time. She's like, that's perfect. We're looking for one more. It works out perfect because they don't open until 11 a.m. and Damien gets off to the bus at like 10 after 9 or so, because I was very concerned about how everything opens early, and it's important that I'm home in the mornings to get him off to the bus because Kyle works at 6 a.m. So that right there was a bonus that they opened at 11. And then while I was in the interview, she informed me that they close for a week at Christmas, which is really nice, to spend time with Damien at Christmas time. And then also they close all of January, which is also convenient, seeing how I've been in Mexico the last couple years in the winter, and JDB spends most of the winter there and would like to spend more time there. So that ends up really convenient. If we wanted to travel during January, that would be really cool. And it is actually more than a minimum wage. So it's not too much more, but it's still starting out more than minimum wage, which is really hard to find. So she did say that we can build up my hours when I need to. And for right now, I think it's just going to be really good to just do a couple days a week, get into the groove of, working and I mean, I did some of that this summer, you know, going Friday, Saturday, Sundays. But yeah, I think it'll be really good on all ends for me, for financially, for Damien to see that mommy does go to work, because my work has always been from home, and he's never quite understood, you know, when I do leave for work, that it's normal, you know, with my videography business, and that when I've had to leave for work, he doesn't quite understand that. So that's kind of just like the update I wanted to give briefly. And I thought, you know, it is summertime still, and it's been scorching hot this summer with absolutely no rain. And then the last few days, it has felt like fall, and I'm now in a fall jacket. It's rained a little bit, and the temperatures have definitely dropped a lot, and I'm not sure if they're going to go back up. But so school starts next week, and we took Damien school shopping and that type of thing. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at, trying to do as many things as we can. We didn't do any camping this year. We didn't even actually de-winterize the trailer. It's still at my uncle's. We just knew we weren't going to use it this year. So maybe next year, who knows? But things are just, you know, changing, and new chapters are going to start beginning soon. And I think this, with me going to work, that's just a stepping stone towards that new chapter. When Kyle and I sell the house, I will have to have something to support myself a little bit better than, you know, the not so steady income of YouTube. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you all had a wonderful summer. I know that some of your kiddos are already back to school, which is insane. And yeah, I guess we will see you in the next video. I'm not sure what that's going to be or when that's going to be, but I will see you then. Thanks so much for watching, guys.